telling jokes and having smokes, riding bikes all through the night. It's a wild ride when you're being Ian. Coffee ice no matter what. Now you know he likes it in the butt. It's a wild ride when you're being Ian, being Ian. And life is shit, but you're positive. Let's find out what it's like to live a life being Ian, being Ian.
With Jordan. Yeah, it's a beach plum LaCroix. You want a sip? Okay, all right, go for it.
The festive flavor.
I don't know where your mouth's been.
But the same. You're out there fucking having,
Yeah,
active.
but you're
Active.
teeth look like a graveyard. Your teeth look like there's an earthquake in a graveyard.
You know, people visit graveyards.
There are 3 peasants trapped under my molars right now.
Jesus Christ.
Man, I gotta do something about these teeth.
They're the same
recording?
color as your shirt.
I'm so glad we're opening on.
Oh, we're recording.
Dan's teeth.
Girl, you got fucked up teeth.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Bein Ian with Jordan. Jordan is
Ricola?
on vacation, and I am here in the Delaware Den, and I couldn't be more excited. Oh, yeah. IanFidance.com for all my dates. I'm going all over. Patreon.com/BeinIanPod. YouTube.com/IanFinanceComedy. I have a new stand-up page. Put my travel show on there. Subscribe. Check it out. And before you do that, though, watch this entire episode.
Yeah.
Because I'm
It gives them
excited.
14 things to do.
For
Like,
our-
shut this off.
For our
Well, now that the plugs are out of the way, here's 3 fat fucks.
These guys have done all the basic cable.
I'm here with the Lumberjack Union Association.
You know Sean Donnelly from Late Night with David Letterman. You know Mike Lawrence
Is
from
that what
his
it's called? Or is it
multiple
No, late show.
Late Show with David Letterman.
Also, it's been gone for a long time. I
His-
feel like it becomes like a dig at that point. I've done other shit, and he's like, Letterman, right?
You know Sean from the Tony Randall Hour?
Yeah. You know Sean
From the Love Boat
You know
Cruise?
Sean from those old Brill Cream commercials on the radio? Fucking dick.
My favorite thing is at the cellar, my credits are Conan and Shummer. There's no C, so it's SHUMER, and I never want to correct them.
Procedural.
It sounds like a detective show starring Jason Bateman.
He's the guy Bosch replaces.
Coming this fall, Summer.
The Shummer wins.
And next to me, my esteemed guest, very close, one of my grass best friends.
Jesus Christ.
Your grass best friends?
He'll be here all night sweating. It's Germain. Ethan comes upstairs. He goes, "Hey, do you have paper towels?" I go, "Yeah." Why? What's spilled? He goes, "No, Dan needs it to wipe
Dude,
his
I look
face."
like I'm a Southern trial lawyer that's losing right now. What? There's no proof that evolution is real, Saul.
Yep.
Yes, they deserve to die. I hope they burn in hell.
His forehead looks like the back of Luther Vandross's neck at an encore.
Never too much food.
Fuck you.
You've got a real tough job balancing the fat jokes this episode.
Oh, it'll be great.
It's gonna be so
I'm
nuanced.
excited. What I really want is for Ethan to make a counter so that every time Dan gets a new paper towel, we add one. We'll make it a drinking game. Whoever's drinking, you're gonna die by the end of the episode.
What the fuck is that shit? Is that an actual taser?
That is.
Is that a taser?
That's 100% a taser. Was that,
I've always
is that
wanted
for
to
Robbie
tase
Hoffman?
myself.
Is that what's part
I've
of the
always wanted to tase myself.
Do it.
How bad? How?
No, you're not
It's
gonna.
not that bad.
It's not that bad?
Dude, don't believe
don't
this
tase
guy.
me
Dude,
'cause
don't
I-
do it.
I
You're
won't.
gonna freak.
No, he'll
listen.
like it.
Oh,
You'll be all right.
Did you do it?
yeah, it's kind of nice.
It doesn't make a sound.
Yeah, it's actually not bad.
Oh my
I kind
god!
of like it.
Have you? You've done it?
You can't
No, that's the first time I've ever tasered.
No, I believe you, but you've done it before to yourself?
Yeah. You want to do it?
No.
No.
I have no interest.
You can't be a jackass guy at like 40. You know, like
It's just called poor. The writing's not going well. It's more of like I'm auditioning for bum fights.
It actually makes
Hi,
sense.
I'm Dan, and this is lying about health insurance.
It actually makes sense because Dan has the same vibe as Ben Margera now.
That's true. That's true.
It's like going through the fucking
and
in
the same
recovery
posture,
Dan.
and the same posture as Ryan Dunn.
I know. All right, I look like a lot of dead people, guys. But first off, I wanted to say, Sean probably doesn't know this, but I know Mike knows this. There was a point, on Twitter, Hulk Hogan wrote, God, Bam Margera, I miss you every day. And then Bam wrote, I'm still here. Like Hogan thought he had he dropped the big leg on his fucking, on Bam's career.
That guy's in his own universe. Jesus
Wait,
Christ.
you wrote for WWE, right?
I did
Did
for
you
a very
ever
brief
write
time.
for WWE? Or you're just a fan.
Yeah, I never have, and I never will.
And I am no longer a fan. So that lets you know everything you need.
I just want to say, our friendship is I was the black woman who was like, don't you go in that house.
That's so true. Yeah, it was. I've written on 11 shows. And
It's like,
the one I got fired from was
Wrestling.
yeah.
So
like that
what
Stephen
is it
King
like?
story.
What did you do writing for WWE?
I mean, not much, man.
But I don't know anything about it. Take me through it. Like,
Oh
are
my
you
God.
writing like
Wait,
wrestling
it's scripted?
You are a baby. When you're a WWE writer, you're a babysitter until you get a little bit further on.
They pay you $15 an hour.
They're already like
And
they
the dad,
already
and the dad hits on you.
like they already
Do you
have an
like
AI.
human shit?
They have like just to let you know, like this is how much they respect writers. They let us know about their AI program while we were there, and we're like excited about it.
Really?
Like, yeah, he's gonna help with the writing, and we're all like,
yeah.
it was like a horse-drawn carriage meeting a fucking Chinese bullet train where you're like, all right, enjoy.
Well, dude, they just signed government contracts to Elon's AI, like Grok. Yeah, and a week ago he was like going off about like Hitler and all this stuff.
And then had to apologize. We just
Yeah,
talking
and
about this.
somebody hacked
Yeah.
Elmo, and Elmo's like, I think 6 million's too many. it's crazy. And then we just gave that.
He said 6 million's too many, like that they
No,
fudged the numbers? Or?
No. I was joking,
Okay.
imitating Elmo.
But then Grok
But
just hacked
Elmo did go
No,
on
Ian
like a.
doesn't believe the Holocaust happened.
Yeah, no, I was using Elmo as actually. This is my Holocaust denial puppet. Let's redo this number.
The count is like, here's how many Jews actually died. 1, 2,
Jeez.
Do they name? Let me ask you this: WWE, I didn't ask you because you have Grok, you have Meta. It's not really a name,
They
but you
didn't
have.
name it yet.
They
and
didn't
it was,
name it.
Like the thing that
They named it
AI,
Vince because it shits all over the show.
The thing that the AI kept pitching was like, it was in the beginning stages of AI because everything was like, what if Cody Rhodes was a time traveler? And then the next thing would be, what if Kevin Owens was a time traveler? They kept pitching time travelers, which makes me think it's connected to consciousness. AI is sentient.
Dan's in a corner, like sweating, doing his time. This guy's good.
Oh, he's kicking my ass.
Can't just wrinkles on the paper, chucks it out the window.
But yeah, it's not a fun place.
It's like your Vietnam. It's like guys coming back from Vietnam and not being able to go to Chinese food restaurants.
No, not only that, it's guys going to Vietnam to be like, I can't wait to kill everyone that's different than me.
Guys
He
go to-
loves.
That is not a fair comparison. Guys go to Vietnam for at least 6 months.
And they actually do something when they're there.
The meanest man in the world that can't take it.
It Hit him.
No, it was kind of like, you know, like it was always an escape for me, wrestling, and now it's not an escape anymore. So working there was probably the worst thing that I could have done. But look, I made money for 5 months, and you know, now I'm writing a fucking cartoon for Fox, man. I could give a shit.
That's great. What cartoon?
Me and Dan Soder, we got a new
It's coming out.
No. It's just we're just developing right now, but it's a really fun idea.
That's great.
Yeah,
what character will I have?
I really have no idea as far as, you know, like I don't want to even talk about it just in case, you know, you talk about this shit and then all of a sudden
It's about a guy who wrote for WWE.
I get how you feel. Just sit there and keep sweating. We'll talk.
It's just I don't want to jinx anything, but
No,
it's
of
been
course.
fun to work on it.
Yeah.
Dan, and
That's great.
as I'm fucking using more of these fucking Thousand Island dripping from my forehead.
To his credit, because you got a lot of shit already in the first 20 minutes of this fucking podcast.
Yeah.
To your credit, you are one of the most principled people I know, because you were one of the biggest wrestling fans I know. And after he was done with that, he was like, "Fuck the whole thing." He's like, I'm done. I'm fucking out. Just like you said, it's like don't go in there. Don't do it.
Also, one of the hardest working and resilient people I know.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's incredible how you always have work and you
This
always
is like
have a writing
you
job.
had like 20 minutes of fucking Yo Mama jokes on me, and now we've got to build myself up like they're fucking Maya Angelou.
Dan, it's not sweat. Those are tears.
The guy literally tased himself physically and emotionally on your
just
podcast.
tased myself physically and emotionally.
I could take a tase and I can't take a teasing.
I take it. But yeah,
I've never seen someone tase himself and go, "It's good. It's good."
it wasn't bad. I didn't think it was that bad.
But you told him it wasn't that bad. Did you jump when you did it, Ian? What the fuck are you doing? It's one of Dan's
I thought that was a carpenter's.
I have to quit weed at some point.
Dan has about
I'm not
15
drinking.
vapes in his pocket.
Yeah, I have. I'm
He's all
like,
different shapes.
I'm like Dick Van Dyke, but with vapes. All right. Can someone else take it over, guys?
Was that a Mary Poppins
I'm
reference?
gonna like disappear into the gap. I'm
Wait,
just gonna have my eyes sticking out.
what was that reference?
What?
All
Dick
the-
Van
all-
Dyke, Mary Poppins,
all the instruments.
instruments.
That was,
It wasn't great.
it was adorable.
Hey guys, just so you know, it wasn't great.
It was adorable, is what it was.
It was adorable. No, a good joke is when you have to explain it 3 times afterwards. That's how you know it's a really good joke.
Nothing ruins a beach day like your thighs chafing on mesh liner. Make the switch to Chubbies and say goodbye to raw skin. Chubbies, classic line swim trunks, sport a soft and supportive boxer brief liner, quick dry fabric, and 4-way stretch. Whether you're into sports or just lounging poolside, you'll be looking great and feeling great. I used to have thigh rash every day. That's why I stopped wearing skirts. If you're a man and you have thigh rash, that's disgusting. And you should get some Chubbies because that's unacceptable behavior. Round out your wardrobe with Chubbies performance polos, button ups, and joggers. When the sun goes down, warm up with a little pullover hoodie. Whether you're suiting up for cannonballs, cookouts, or casual Fridays, Chubbies has you covered. For a limited time, Chubbies is giving Bein fans 20% off your order with code IAN at chubbyshorts.com. That's IAN at chubbyshorts.com. Thank you for the kisses. Support the show and let them know we sent you. Summer's here. Dress like it in Chubbies. Tired of having to white knuckle your nicotine cravings? Zippix nicotine infused toothpicks has you covered. Available in 6 long-lasting flavors like cinnamon, peppermint, watermelon, and mocha. There's something for everybody. Zippix comes in 2 or 3 milligrams of nicotine, so you're ready for anything. I love Zippix. I actually do have them. I like the one that's called like white wood or something wood. They're really tasty, the wood ones. I really like them because I think everybody looks hot when they have a toothpick in their mouth and it gives you nicotine. I use them on airplanes a lot. People think I'm fixing my teeth, but I'm not. Zippix have already helped hundreds of thousands of customers in their nicotine fix. So what are you waiting for? Get some nicotine-infused toothpicks today at zippixtoothpicks.com. Get 10% off your first order with code IAN at checkout. That's IAN, zippixtoothpicks.com to get 10% off your first order. You must be 21 or older. Warning, nicotine is an addictive chemical. Zip more, smoke less with Zippix nicotine toothpicks.
No, but it's true though, dude. Like you were like fucking. It was rough when he was there, and then after you were done, you were like, that's fucking it. I saw too much.
Well, dude,
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah, it sucked.
I remember coming into New York in like 2012. Like I remember you guys, didn't you guys have that mic, the woodshed?
Yeah.
Yes. And that was like the most brutal thing. And I remember friends of mine were like, dude, I'm so nervous to do the woodshed, but I might wear a comic book or wrestling shirt, and then I think they might like me.
Spoiler alert, Mike didn't.
yeah, Mike had to do an apology tour after that, Mike.
For whatever Mike was there, it was Judgment at Nuremberg. But yeah, it was. But no, I mean, like, well, there were some good comics.
Fair. Some of those Nazis were likable. I'm ashamed of the person I was. You know.
I mean, you weren't. I mean,
20 years ago.
Yeah, you were like a young kid, like nervous and everything, and we're all projecting and trying to like. Every time
I thought you were going to keep going, like exploring your sexuality. You don't know what feels good.
Want to take your shirt off?
Oh, I found one woman with dad issues 15 years ago, and I said yes. I'm good.
It's funny you mentioned that because that's one of the funniest things that Miko ever said. Where it's like, because like Gomez like pulled a picture up on Sarah on her podcast, like, oh, she's pretty. Like, was that it? And then like Miko looked at my stomach and was like, you gotta know when to hold it, know when to fold it. No, it is basically you cannot get hotter, bro.
Oh yeah, that's how I feel like.
Get
I'm
a
like,
jar.
like with my hairline, I'm like, I have to find someone now because this shit is going.
Dude, you. I will say this. I can't believe I'm complimenting you after you fucking destroyed me, but. You outkick your coverage like a motherfucker.
Yeah, you do actually.
You
do.
Outkick your. That made it worse. That made it worse.
Even the puppet fucks hotter puppets than it should. I saw the puppet with the baby from Dinosaurs. I'm like, how did he get that? Not the mom.
But they're all white. They're white puppets.
Why does it have tattoos? It bothers me.
The puppet does?
I'm actually going to give this to my buddy Daniel, who's one of my tattoo artists. He's going to draw a bunch of tattoos on him, which I think will look really cool. Right?
I mean, you explaining it wasn't cool.
Yeah. All right, go back to complimenting me.
No, but I'm serious. Like Ian has dated some very beautiful people, men and women.
Thank you. Yes. I think that's reflective of what a beautiful person I am, mostly on the inside.
That's a very honest statement.
99.9% on the inside.
No, but I mean that's true.
But I will say that when you got here, the mics, it wasn't the same mic scene like it was when we started, right? Because it was, what did you say, 2012? Was it kind of changing by then? Back then, it was like boot camp style, fucking just like just
and
Lord
then
of the Flies
it
style.
didn't matter. We spent all this time working on jokes, and we realized, oh wait, we should have been building a following.
Well, we were all mean to each other, and then we saw the industry was way meaner to us. And we're like, we should be nice because we're gonna kill ourselves.
But yeah, I mean, there was some fucking funny people who came through that goddamn mic. I will say that.
What year did that mic go from?
It started like, I would say, 2010 to like 2012. But I remember seeing Gerard Carmichael there, the Lucas
Gerard
brothers.
Carmichael's there?
Yeah, he came. I had no idea who he was, and he was like brand new and really sweet, and he went up and he fucking killed. Yeah. There
was one, the funniest person ever at the woodshed was Ray Higgs. Ray Higgs, right? Yeah, that guy was.
We don't even know where Ray is.
I don't know where Ray is. But
I thought you were gonna say Levy.
I remember Levy, but I remember Ray. Ray's the son of the legendary.
Ray Combs.
Ray Combs. I'm sorry.
Ray Combs Jr.
Ray Combs Jr.
Who was this
to come? Ray Combs is a famous.
Ray Combs hosted Family Feud.
He's the second guy that hosted Family Feud.
The blonde-haired guy.
He hung himself in a psych ward.
After
Ray Combs
Jr. There's a great.
And Ray Combs Jr. was the person who found the body.
There's a great Joe DeRosa story about Ray Combs Jr. Do you know what
I
haven't heard that, but I want to compliment Ray.
Can you tell
I want to compliment a Ray joke first because
he was funny guy.
No, he had a great joke.
So the guy who hung himself on Family Feud, his son did stand up.
His son did stand up, and he had a great joke about it. He's like,
I mean, it was worse because they surveyed 100 people and they said reasons to hang yourself, and son was number one. So
disappointing son.
Surveys.
He said this. He said there was a great, and I'm going to butcher it, but he said people thought I'd be upset when they found my dad, but that's where you hang shit.
In a closet.
Yeah, it was like great great joke.
So this guy was the most self-sabotaging because he genuinely was funny.
And a
He
nice
was-
guy. Nice
yeah.
guy.
Yeah, but he was so angry.
Yeah.
And when he was hosting, like he would take 10 minutes between his set to talk about someone's set. And,
Really?
yes.
What would he say? What would he do?
Probably just fucking shit
they
all
he was
over.
bombed,
just
he
very
was-
positive,
He'd bring his dad out and make him do Weekend at Bernie style.
Yeah. It was interesting. Yeah, the Joe DeRosa thing, if I remember, it was like Saturday night and
At Village Lantern downstairs.
yeah, and
Right?
and Ray just like was so they started yelling at each other. I don't remember if Ray was hosting or not.
I think he was.
Yeah, he was, and that was the thing too. Is like he would give these long ass intros that
At an open mic?
This wasn't an open mic. This
It
was
was
a
a
show.
show.
This
Yeah.
was a show, and Joe was like, "I didn't kill your father." Like they got.
Yeah, I heard the way it went down is that he went up and Ray, and then Joe brought a date, went on stage.
That's
And then
right.
Ray was like, "Hey Joe, remember when we started together and now I'm hosting here and you're on Comedy Central? Remember that? Remember that?"
Yeah.
And then it was totally silent. And Joe went, "Hey Ray, I didn't kill your dad." And you could just hear that in DeRosa's voice.
Oh yeah, I remember judging a roast battle with Joe one time, and this guy, one of the battlers went up to him and was like, you could have been nicer to us. And that was the worst thing you could say to Joe because he goes, I was. You won't know what I really think.
This is my happy face.
It was perfect. And it was that thing of like, with the kid, is like, just take it, man. Like, you bombed.
Yeah.
Our job is to make fun of you.
Yeah, one place that's not going to be nice is right there.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but in a way, like it's kind of like the idea of gatekeeping. Like there in subcultures, there's gatekeeping where new people come in, you make it harder for them to feel comfortable, and you almost have to put them through tests. And then people don't like it because they're like, "Well, I didn't feel comfortable." But it's like the whole part of a subculture is like, if you really want it, you'll stick around, you'll go through the bullshit, and then it's like you kind of get past that thing, and then you become kind of like a member as everyone else.
I mean,
Yeah.
I just tased myself in front of you, so I don't know how great that psychology is. But I will say this
what
to
I'm saying
defend the
is-
woodshed. I will say this to defend the woodshed. Me and Mike also didn't do well there. Like no one did well there. It was very hard to do well.
But
there.
you guys were like the two main mean guys.
No, we ran it.
You ran the woodshed.
Yeah, and we would book different hosts every week.
And would you roast people, or was it just straight up like?
we both would at
Yeah,
times
sometimes,
between people.
Well, what's so bad
Not
about
every
what's so
time.
bad about that? Like,
I
would
mean-
people give it back and then you'd be
I
friends
think-
with them,
I think-
or
I
would
think
they
what
give
it-
it back and you'd be like, "I'll fucking kill you"?
I think what it was like
It traumatized
the
some
mic
people.
that people knew that your act could be talked about. That if you went up, like no one's going after your shoes or your wardrobe. We're talking about your jokes.
Right.
Mike
Yeah.
was also a very sharp comic at
Yes.
the time, and people, wanted his approval. That
Yeah.
was
So
another
wouldn't that
thing.
make people want to go back to like do well and get the
Yes,
approval? Like,
that's why it was
like,
so effective.
That's the thing. It's like that was the same thing in hood rooms. It's like if you didn't do well, you were going to know about it and you were going to get roasted. And it was going to be
And-
terrible, but you kept going back. And it made you better.
Or guys, if you have a nice ass, just go on TikTok. That's also a way easier way to do
Well,
this.
the amazing thing about like black rooms is like I remember Mocha Lounge.
Yes.
With Smokey Suarez. Like the thing is, they would let anybody up on that stage. But if you did not do well, I remember one time I was on stage, the owner walks up to me and just goes, "You done."
That's so fucking funny.
That was the light. And then I was in the middle of a joke and I just put the mic in the stand. I'm like, okay, guys, I'm done.
Oh
was
my
that
God.
Smokey's room?
Yeah.
No, Sean, did you ever do Smokey's room?
Well, they did it once, yeah.
I remember I did Smokey room once, and I just did my Michelle Obama, and then this black woman just goes, "No," and I was like, it was the same thing as Mike. Where I was like, "It's a good one."
Dude, what was amazing about that place was going with other white comics, and then the long ride home that they code switched.
Oh,
It was
brutal.
Code switched at the show, you mean? Or,
Yeah,
yeah.
you know, they're just they go up. You know what I'm saying? Like when they do like the really
Oh,
Harrison
yeah,
Black
Fucking
accent.
cringy.
You know, I wasn't Smokey is I never got to know him that well, but I think he was one of those guys. He had shit and he gave people a shot.
Yes,
Like he was one
and
of the
he paid
few
people,
guys.
and he took care of people.
Yeah, I
Those
don't know what
hood
he's
rooms,
doing now.
All
but
they did, they I mean, it was hell. It turns out like you were making money, but the money you were getting paid was like $5 an hour because you were locked in for like
There
6
forever.
hours a
Yeah.
night.
Yeah.
But they paid, they took care of you. You got meals. When I first moved to the city, that's all I did was hood rooms because I linked up with Sergio Chacon because I worked the Laugh House
He's a good
in
dude.
Philly. And so all the New York black comics that came down, when I would go to New York, they'd take care of me. So I started in like hookah lounges and fucking South
Getting
Bronx.
paid right
And-
away.
Yeah, getting
Yeah.
paid right away. And it was like this crazy thing. And I was like, why don't more people do this? And then the second you lose confidence or bomb, you're like, I know why more people don't do this.
Well, I mean, like,
Fucking buried.
compare how Smokey treats you compared to how anyone at UCB treated
Oh, yeah.
anybody. You know, it's night and day.
And
Yeah.
the difference is Smokey will put you up.
Yeah.
That's the thing is like these other places would be so judgmental and shit, and they're
Mhm.
like they would give you a chance, but it is funny. Like those places like if you go after someone's act there, it's like you're going after their money, and they do not tolerate it.
Yes.
Older comics hate that too. Like with roast battle and stuff, they're like, we would never go after the act. They're like old mafia guys. It's like you don't call someone unfunny, and I'm like, that's all we do.
They've seen both of these men have seen me bomb so many times, like because we've been doing comedy.
All three of these men.
I mean, it just so I remember like Mike. There was
And our
one shit-
co-host who's on vacation.
There was
And
a
Ethan, and he's only been here for a
Slimer
year.
has.
She looked at the lineup and was like, I can miss this one. But no, like I remember, God, Mike saw me at a mic at. Did you ever do the mic at 5 Points, Sean?
Yes. Yeah.
God, I did, and I decided to put on this giant Hello Kitty helmet, and I kind of did it like an Asian dance, and then I took it off, and I didn't realize the whole freaking crowd was Asian, and it was just. And what even made that worse is that
What are the chances that Chinatown would have Chinese people in it? Good point. I thought Faye Dunaway and Jack Nicholson would be there.
I thought it was gonna be Rowan.
Dance bomb. He's like, it's a celebration.
That was
Happy New Year.
No, it's because I'm with you.
I thought a Polish child murderer was going to direct me.
But it was the same. Me and Mike would both bomb, and probably
Yeah.
Sean. We would follow. The only thing that killed there was a poodle. There was a poodle that was dressed as John Benet Ramsey who would dance to the Beverly Hills Cop theme. And this fucking thing crushed. And me and Mike would eat it. And we would watch, like, not only just kill, like magic. Like, they're like, I mean, people were giving birth looking at this thing. And then we get up and we're like, have you ever seen the show Sliders? And they're like, fuck you, you fucking incels.
And then the dog says,
And then I remember Mike came back to the one time he came to sit in me and he looked like really serious and I was like, what happened? He goes, I just opened the bathroom and what was his name? Hong Fang's owner was like bending him over the sink, forcing the dress on him. And that's when we realized that
we sent John Bonet for a reason.
it was like we were both. I didn't even laugh. I was like, God damn it!
Well, it wasn't a bomb thing.
gotta
but
get into that
Say
bathroom.
one of my favorite things ever is the Carly Aquilino opening. You opened at a college. It wasn't a bomb. Like you didn't bomb.
I
but
actually
it was,
did well, but the way she killed was like, she's like, you guys want to see my shoes? And everyone's like, whoa! And then I got out and I said, how many people are here for Carly? And everyone, and I go, how many people are here for me? One guy looked exactly like Sean, clapping in the middle, who went to my show 2 weeks ago. Still a fan.
Dude, there was the Carly thing you said that was so funny to me. You go, I'm up there, I'm doing my thing, I'm doing pretty well. She goes, who wants to see my shoes? Applause break.
Oh, man, it was crazy. I've never seen anything like that.
Oh, so I did KGB bar. Remember? It was a girl named Chewy. Her name's Chewy. Remember
Chewy, yeah, I remember
Chewy.
Chewy May.
She's so
Yeah.
sweet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
she had a show at KGB bar once, and I walked in, and it's Chewy's show, and there was a white dude doing Asian eye thing, doing the voice, and he did it for like 14 minutes straight, the whole fucking thing. And it's murdering at KGB bar. And I'm like, if this is doing, I'm set. I'm good.
That's it.
I went up, fucking silence for 15 minutes. I was like, what the fuck? I'm like losing my mind.
You start doing it? You're like, fuck it, give me a kimono.
Dude,
I start bowing and shit.
dude, one of my favorite heckler stories, I was at this bar in Park Slope going back and forth with this like drunk guy, and it was fun and everything. The guy after me goes up and pulls up his shirt, and he's like an overweight guy. He's like, people could say what they want about my body, but I love myself. And the guy just goes, I can't work with this. And he left.
Ian, what's the worst fucking? Well, you've probably talked about it on the show. What's the worst bomb that you haven't talked about on this podcast? Do you think?
Oh, dude, so I played a gig up in the Berkshires.
Tom Lewis?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, Tommy
Yeah.
boy.
That's our pal.
Tom,
Our
the
former producer.
Yes.
My friends.
Dude, I did one of those, and he pointed to all the lakes that were polluted.
He's one of my good friends.
I know.
Dude,
I'm explaining why.
Me and Tom out depress each other whenever we hang out. We have like wicked. But anyway, what?
he has such a magical, like, soft voice.
Yes, yeah.
I
Very
remember
soft voice.
when he would do
It's
ads
like hanging
on
out
your
with
guys'
Bob Ross.
podcast.
But screaming in the inside.
Yeah.
Screaming in the inside.
Yeah.
So I went up and I did a gig at the Berkshires. It was like, at the time, this was like 2017. It was like the most people I ever played in front of. It was amazing. My name was on a piece of loose leaf on the green room. I took a picture, sent it to my mom. I'm like, this is the best. Oh my God. I got a hotel. Oh, wow. And then I come back to the city and I do a set at LOL. And I go to LOL Times Square,
which is the
and
worst.
I go up and I'm feeling so good.
Yeah.
And dude, I bomb abject silence. And this British woman for 15 minutes, I'm getting nothing. About seven minutes in, she goes, "You're rubbish."
Oh shit! That's so funny.
You ruined somebody's magical New York City trip.
Dude. And then Kunal
Oh my
went up
God.
after me and he goes, "I got this." And he sat on the chair and dude, he demolished. And I was
really?
like, I think I'm gonna kill myself.
Yeah, he might have been one of those guys that was living in LOL for 3 years.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
LOL again, like shit room, but it made you better because you had to deal with the most awful, insane circumstances
And
of
it was
all
it
time.
was done. It was, looked like you went to like a happy ending place. You walked. It was like 15 rooms.
Oh yeah,
and then whoever they could throw in audience
you
wise.
started underground with the amount of lies you were buried under. Of like Kevin Hart and Tina Fey are doing a duo act while Will Ferrell
I remember
reenacts it on the side of the stage.
They used to promote dead comedians to people on Times Square. They'd be like,
remember
they'd
that.
like, come see fucking Greg Giraldo, and he was dead for like 3 years at this point.
I was in the elevator, and these two British guys, one of them was like, "Excuse me, is Sarah Silverman and Jim Carrey on the show?" And I just go, "No, but I am."
They hit the alarm.
Yeah, it's the World War II like German bombing
Dude,
army.
that was on the 4th floor, and on the 3rd floor was a haunted house.
Times
Yeah.
Scare.
Yeah. The guy who ran
Times
it
Square was awful.
The guy who ran it was a complete scumbag. And I
Roy.
saw Roy, and I saw him at the
He
cellar.
lowered pay.
He wouldn't pay people on New Year's Eve, and he told people that came to the show there was a view of the Times Square bowl drop. There is no view in that place. There's buildings in the way. He throws him a basketball.
I got banned from Broadway Comedy Club because I yelled at the manager because he lowered pay. And I was like, "This is bullshit. Fuck this." And he was like, "You'll never work here again." I was like, "Good, fuck you." And then I walked out, and then like I had a week off of like spots, and I was like, "I wish I worked in Broadway."
That's like the Eastville
I used
guy.
to be on Broadway. You're like a sad starlet.
He did the same thing. The Eastville guy. He was giving people different pay, and that's why people left when it was in the East Village before it became New York. And apparently, there's somebody went in. They didn't go in. They did Conan recently. Like they did a Conan set, and a week later, he writes to him and goes, "Hey man, great set on Conan." And the guy's like, and the guy didn't work the club, and he was like, "Thanks, man." He's like, "I'd love to come in and do guest spots or audition or anything for the club." He goes, "Sure, send me a tape."
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Famously, LOL, they didn't let Bill Burr in. Bill Burr was
Yes,
in
I
town,
heard about
and he
this.
went up,
Yes.
was like, "Hey, I'd love to do a set." And they were like, "Yeah, no, we just don't let people in off the street." He was like, "Oh, my name's Bill Burr." And they were like, "Yeah, okay, my name is Roy Arias. I don't know what to tell you.
Which is perfect for that place.
Oh yeah, dude. The greatest heckle bomb I've ever seen in my entire life was Harrison Greenbaum was on stage and there was a biker in the crowd with his wife, and the wife would not shut up. And Harrison's like, he's like, sir, does your wife even shut up when she has your cock in her mouth? And the guy stands up and throws a candle votive at him. And Harrison ducks out of the way like Bush getting a shoe thrown at him. And the guy goes, buddy, you're lucky you're gay or I'd kick your ass.
Great.
Harrison's not gay.
I was
It's getting there.
Summer is for doing things, not for wasting times at the grocery store. Spend the season having fun by letting HelloFresh handle meal times. They send easy to follow recipes and pre-portioned ingredients right to your door, so you don't even have to think. You can choose between 60 recipes every single week, including the brand new ready-made meals that take just 3 minutes in the microwave. I like HelloFresh. I used to do HelloFresh when it was like a new thing, and we would make the little recipe together, and it was really fun. And they come in the little packages, and it's really fun to do with a partner or alone or with your dog or crying in your kitchen. Make the summer enjoyable and delicious by signing up for HelloFresh at hellofresh.com/ska10fm and get 10 free meals with an item for free. That's hellofresh.com/ska10fm. For 10 meals and a free item in every box. That's hellofresh.com/ska10fm. That's 10fm for 10 free meals. Oh, I gotcha. 1 per box with an active subscription. Free meals are applied as discount on the first box. New subscribers only. Varies by plan. Yeah, summer fun. Don't be crazy. Don't let a crazy high phone bill crash the party. Make the switch to Mint Mobile and get amazing service for less. With Mint, you get 3 months off of unlimited service for just $15 a month. That's literally the price of a couple of Starbucks coffees. All plans come with high-speed data and unlimited talk and text delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. Personal endorsement, I don't. I use my mommy's phone plan, but if I didn't and they kicked me off, which they will soon, I'll be using Mint. It's easy to make the switch and totally worth it. This year, skip breaking a sweat and breaking the bank. Get this customer offer and your 3-month unlimited wireless plan for just $15 a month at mintmobile.com/ska. That's mintmobile.com/ska. Upfront payments of $45 required, equivalent to $15 a month. Limited time new customers offer for 3 months only. Speed may slow above 35 GB on unlimited plan. Tax and fees extra, and see Mint Mobile for details.
I feel like this story's been spread around. I was there when there was a proposal and he was hosting.
Harrison?
Yeah.
And the woman said no.
Oh my God.
No.
Oh my God.
my God.
I vaguely remember this.
All these they so track for LOL.
Oh, yeah.
Bill
This
Burr,
was
the
SOS.
It should have been SOS.
This was CB's back in the day.
okay.
So everyone starts booing, and then she just goes, "Yeah, but you don't know how he treats me."
Oh my God. Oh my God.
And Harrison's like, here's the magic trick, disappear.
Is this your baby? It's just a kid with 2 black eyes.
Here's your order of protection right here. Jesus
No, man.
Christ.
He handled it like amazingly because so she runs out and it was like the one time, it was like a romantic comedy where you don't want the guy chasing after the girl.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And you
He
just
shows up at the
him.
wedding beating the bridesmaid.
I will say,
Mrs. Robinson.
Harrison's fucking fearless. You remember that Norm Macdonald
yeah.
thing with Harrison when Norm Macdonald went after him for the Bible joke? And he's
What
like,
happened?
You don't remember this? On
No.
Last Comic Standing,
Yeah.
Harrison does a Bible joke comparing Harry Potter to the Bible, and he's like,
Right.
one's made up and the other one's the Bible. Or
It's a
one's
good-
made
it's a
up and the
good-
other one's
it's a
Harry
good
Potter.
joke.
Yeah, it's a really good joke.
Yeah.
And Norm Macdonald's like, it sounded like you're going after religion. And if it was me, I'd be like, you got it, Mr. McDonald. No problem. I'll do whatever you want.
yeah.
And Harrison is like, no, you're wrong. It's a good joke. And they had it on TV. And then he went after him on Twitter and he defended himself on fucking Twitter.
Whoa.
As
Man,
kind doesn't give a
that's
fuck.
pretty
for
ballsy.
him. It's
I will
ballsy.
say, I don't think I've ever seen Harrison bomb. I will say this. I don't
I
think
don't think I have either.
He does
but-
great. Either have I.
like,
Either have I.
you know.
But at that level of that with that show and that guy, I would
That's-
crumble. I would fucking crumble.
Dude,
I auditioned West Comic Standing. I didn't make it, and
Me
I told
too.
my manager, I was like, "Can you please make sure I'm not in the bad comic reel?" And luckily, it wasn't spectacular enough to be in it.
Well, you
but-
know, I told you my last comic story where I was
there.
Wait, remember the thing?
What happened?
Yeah, I know
I got
your
yelled
story.
at by fucking Roseanne Barr because before you go on,
Being fat's
she was
my
like,
thing.
Tom, damn.
It was weird.
Everybody I fucked my whole life.
You're like the Captain Planet of all the scumbags she fucked, or like a Voltron. They all come together.
I'm just traumatizing Roseanne Barr. I'm the reason she went to the pistachio farm.
It was weird. Sean came out and did a harmonica solo.
So JB Smoove hosted it. Anyway, JB Smoove did the he hosted it, right?
Yeah.
And he came in. They were doing like a behind the scenes thing where he comes in and he gives you like some words of
He
advice,
gave
right?
us like a pep talk.
He gave a pep talk, and they already told me I was going up first. All these fucking things I go up first on these things, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So I have fucking host brain, and I'm sitting there not listening to him. I'm like in my head, and he goes, just so you know, don't do the housekeeping thing of like, how you guys doing? Because Roseanne just yelled at a woman like 2 days ago on a taping for doing that and being lazy and doing that. And I'm like, I'm not hearing a word he said.
Yeah, of
So
course.
you're in the side. They have a warm up. Warm up does nothing. I'm talking zero. He comes out. He goes, "You ready for a show?" And they're like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Here's JB Smoove." I'm like, "Oh, JB Smoove's gonna do a set." And then JB Smoove comes out and he's like, "You ready to start this thing?" And I'm like, "What the fuck is going on?" So I went into panic mode and not realizing what he said. I come out and I go, "How you doing?" Like that. And then it went fine. I had a good set. Afterwards, they were like, I got 2 no's and a yes, whatever it was. And she was like, "It was a good set, but you said how you doing. The audience is doing half the work for you." And she made it like really awkward. I go, "No, I really wanted to know how they were doing." So she's trying to make it laugh. And she was like, "No, you didn't. You didn't give a shit." And she goes, I go, "No, really. Watch. How you doing?" Just to do it again. To be like, "Fuck you." Like I'm being. I know I'm not making it. I'm being fucking stupid.
It was funny.
She was like such a fucking
the
bitch to
second
me.
you said that, it did not matter how your set went.
No.
Well, you know,
She
she's
was clocked out.
she's a really good person outside of that. So, like you should
be
like you
honest,
give her a break. You know?
I took the advice to heart. I was like, "Yeah, you're not wrong." I just panicked because I saw that I was basically first thing out there.
Well, those things are so tough.
Yeah.
Like I auditioned at Gotham and went through to the next round where you perform in front of 2 producers and Wanda Sykes in Gotham.
Yeah.
While it's just cattle call. Like you're on stage and the next comic's waiting off stage, and then immediately after the interview they go on stage. The next comic waits. So I'm on stage. I do my set. I blow through it like one laugh. And then the interview, they go, "So it says here you've been doing comedy 2.5, 3 years?" And I go, "Yep, I'm just a little baby." And they went, "What was that?"
Oh God.
And I went, oh, I do a voice when I get nervous. And they were like, "All right, thank you." And then that was it. And then me and Anthony DeVito went and ate Indian food down the street. Like, this is just awful.
Anthony's like the ultimate. He's such a great guy. He's the perfect guy after a bomb.
Yeah.
He's like, "You're
He
great,
was so,
man. You're
so-
great,
I
man."
needed him.
you're fine. You're
But
fine,
dude,
man.
it was I thought they'd laugh at like, "I'm a little baby."
Just
And
to be
it
like,
was-
"Hey, I'm gonna make." That's why I did the other thing. I'm like, "Let's just be silly."
Yeah.
Who gives a fuck? I'm not doing it.
hated it.
I had content issues. So for me, I did the audition and I did a joke about working at McDonald's for 7.5 years. And they told me, like, when you get on the show, you know, we want you to do some McDonald's stuff. And what I found out was they wanted to do, you know, like they do like the behind the scenes pieces. So they wanted me to do a piece where I go back to the McDonald's I worked at and talk about how it's made me a better person and a comedian. And they told me that I had to change my McDonald's jokes, and they're like, "Can you do them in a way that speaks favorably of McDonald's?" And I was like, "Absolutely not." I was like, "I cannot do
You
that."
mean the place where the guy sexually assaulted me next to the Chicken Selects? Be nice about that place, asshole.
They'd already gotten rid of the chicken selects by then, but
They moved the Chicken Selects, but not the priest. It's
he would have, if they were there, he would have selected the chicken and not me. But it was the
Jesus.
weirdest. Like, so I'm doing like free advertising free, and I was like,
That's got to be what they were thinking. It was like McDonald's.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but also that's so fucked up to make it a show about stand up and your story and your act, and part of your story is what a horrific experience it is.
Yes.
They're like, no, it was good.
It wasn't
you
that
want the show,
bad.
right?
Like, be like Jared from Subway.
No, I get like late night and all that. Where like don't go after
Yeah.
brands because
We've
advertising
changed a couple
and all
of
that.
words up, but not a whole tone of a joke.
Yeah, I was like,
Have you
I
guys
can't-
ever had a thing with doing late night where they're like on the 11th hour, they're like, yeah, you got to cut this and change this wording, and you're like, oh.
I did it to myself. I changed the guy's name myself, and I freaked out a little bit, but I realized I changed his first name, not his last name. So like 3 different people figured out who it was and wrote me. It was this guy went to high school with that like fell off a roof and like was like quadriplegic. But
my God,
I
it was
don't
that
mention
one.
that in the
You went to
joke.
high school with Artie Lang's dad?
And so
Artie's a
in the
good guy. I don't
joke,
know why I said that.
on the Letterman set, as you know, I've done Letterman.
Yeah,
And, when
The Tonighty Show.
when VHS was a thing, I done.
This is Larry Bud Melman.
So this guy, he did it, and then I fucking did the joke, changed the wrong part of the name, and then this other guy's sister wrote to me, and she was like a lawyer, and she was like, it should be horrified. And I don't mention what actually happened. Like I make up a goofy thing, and the guy wrote a long thing. You should be ashamed of yourself, and I just didn't write back. And then I had my 20-year high school reunion, like a few years later, and I was like, I'm gonna see this guy, and I'm gonna feel terrible. The night of the reunion, I found out the reason he fell off the roof is because he was stalking his ex-girlfriend, and he was like abusive and used to beat the shit out of her or something. So I was like, oh, fuck this guy.
That's the opposite of Santa.
So, dude, the whole night goes by. I don't see the guy. I'm walking out. He rolls up in the chair and he kind of just stares at me. And I'm like, I'm good. I just fucking kept going. I was like, fuck it, I don't care.
Oh my God.
Yeah, man, it's fine.
I'm gonna say something to you because I see all this Ghostbuster stuff.
Yes.
Do you know the story of the Ghostbuster song that'll make it harder for you to listen to, which is that
You mean the-
Ray Parker Jr. was dating a 17-year-old girl at the time.
So now it's my favorite song ever?
Well, I already figured it was. No, but when it's like, who are you gonna call? And everyone goes, Ghostbusters.
That's her voice?
That's her and all of her teenage friends.
No way.
I didn't know that. That's
Bustin' makes me feel good.
Where's the TikTok about this?
That's like if We Are the World was on
I just
Epstein
did it.
Island or something. Oh my God, that's
That's where
amazing.
the studio was for We Are the World.
You've heard the We Are the World story, right? Where Stevie Wonder starts singing in Swahili, and Waylon Jennings like, I ain't doing this no more.
Is that true?
Yes.
Yeah, that's-
Jesus.
Wait, he had a 7. How'd you know that?
I've heard about it like on multiple podcasts and stuff. Yeah.
I mean, I've been masturbating to it.
Dude,
No,
I went to a Ghostbuster convention one time, and he was performing, and it was the best thing. He goes, don't worry. He's like, I'm going to do the song. Then I'm going to do the song again. And then when you think I'm done doing the song, I'm going to do it a third time. And the crowd was like, yeah.
Awesome.
He did a 20-minute.
Like, we forgive you.
Yeah. Oh, they never were angry. But like literally, he did a 20-minute version where he just went up to every person at the convention and who you gonna call?
Oh,
And
that's
who-
awesome.
Oh man.
That's called leaning into it. Is
Dude,
that-
I wish I had a bit like that I could just do for 25 minutes.
Dude, I went to I've been to all those things, and I
Yeah.
went to a Ghostbusters screening in Delaware, and the Delaware Ghostbusters showed up, and halfway through the movie they came out, like, acted out the scene, and then they came and gave out slime, and it was just Palmolive in a mason jar. and like one of the guy's guns like wouldn't light up, and he was like, stop, and then like restart his pack, and then they played the movie again, and then he went out. I was like, this is destroying every dream I had of this scenario.
I went to a 90s fest once with my ex-wife, and Coolio was there, and he wouldn't play the Dangerous Minds song.
What an asshole.
Oh, fuck.
You could watch him arguing with the lady on the side of the stage, saying, I'm not doing it, whatever. And
my
then did
God.
another one of his songs and forgot Fantastic Voyage and forgot the words.
Oh my God.
What a
Not
piece of
cool,
shit.
yo.
Dude, that reminds me of Billy Joel. I saw him in 2014 at Citizens Bank Park, and he comes out and he goes, hey, everybody, I haven't given you much new things to sing about in the past 20 years, so I'm just going to play the hits.
Yeah.
And everybody cheered, and he went into like, you may be right.
That's what you do. He also came out recently and was like shitting all over We Didn't Start the Fire. He was like, it was my version of rap. It sucked.
Dude, you know when he
like that
crashed
song.
his car into a house in Long Island, he blamed it on 9/11. He was like, I just haven't been the same
911
since 9/11. I can't.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Come on, it's fucking Long Island.
Crash in your car because you're a terrorist.
Billy, did you relapse? You ought to know by now.
You may be right. I may be loaded.
Yeah. They tested the back seat. There was a bottle of red.
His Uptown Girl was just a coke dealer.
We're gonna do it for
Do
everyone.
one for every one of them.
He was. Billy Joel was. He apparently has like 20 years of like. He's been doing classical music. He just doesn't release it.
He was doing shows in that music. He was doing shows in that classical music, and then but he started doing like the once a month. I think it's not going on
Madison
now, right?
Square Garden.
It sells out every fucking. It sells
Well,
out
he was
every
doing
time.
that because he owed money to his bandmates.
Was that what it
Because,
was?
Dude, he fucked everyone out of money. And so that's why he was doing all these things because he kept having to pay people out. My
You had to
buddies,
pay them.
my buddy's dad was his saxophone player. And I went to their house one time for like a pool party, and there's like a statue of him playing saxophone. I'm talking to the dad, and I had to leave early because I had a bar show in Brooklyn. And he was like, yeah, I know how it is, man. I had to miss my brother's wedding because I was on tour with Billy Joel. And I was like, yeah, I know. So then I was like, yeah, I got to leave. I got a bar show with Lucas Kaiser.
Dude, Billy Joel, man.
At the Grizzly Pear.
Who the fuck came up with that name? Grizzly Pear.
It's such an odd mental image of, dude, I get massages in the massage parlor above the Grizzly Pear. Sometimes I'll
You
be
didn't need
getting
to tell us that, but keep
Oh,
going.
so it was named after your testicles.
they gotta look at you coming out.
No, it's not.
Oh, I remember. I think Ice rated that place yesterday.
Dude, can I tell you, this massage parlor, I have gotten text messages that are like, we have a new girl, Allie. Are you coming? I'm like, I'll be right there. Hey, how are
I gotta
you?
get done with a fat black and get over there.
We miss you. I'm like, all right, I get it. I got a problem.
Are you coming? If she wants to keep her fucking job, I am.
I'll be there getting massages, and I can hear people be like, come on, I need more than that. Are you ready for the next comment?
Why can't I come?
That would ruin any comfort.
Yeah.
That takes all the happiness out of the ending.
It was hard, and then
I think
something
the
happened.
craziest thing is that between guys, the massage parlor, William Stevenson brings them out. So that's, like, next up,
Dude,
Ian
when
Fidance, and then
when
you
he
came in.
died,
Rest in
that's
peace.
how I got into MC the Cellar every day
Yeah.
because he died. And
I
was like,
got in because Artie Fuqua was
God
in
rest your
the
soul.
rehab, the physical rehab.
Hey, thanks God.
If you look
Yeah, but he's-
closely, you can see Sean driving that truck.
tell him Lord Sean sent you.
Why does this Amazon truck have all these potatoes in it?
Saturday early, here I come.
There's a Walmart guy with duct tape. Sorry, bud. I was going to be between you and Target, and you got here first.
Don't worry, I'm only gonna kill the writer.
That was the saddest part of that to me.
That
The writer
really
was
sucked,
the only
man.
one who died.
That sucks.
Is that
Really?
true?
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Jimmy Mack. Yeah.
I
didn't know he was the writer.
I think they really took care of his,
Yeah.
his people.
Yeah,
but-
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, everybody
But,
got
like-
taken care of apparently in that situation.
Yeah.
I'm glad the other ones, they're okay. It's like,
Artie
no.
stubbed his toe and he got like, or no, fucking not
Walmart.
Artie.
No, he was in, yeah,
Harris-
Harris Stanton, yeah. When Tracy Morgan came back, I was working cellar and I was the first person to bring him up, right?
Yeah.
And then
Dude, you did that with Louis too, right?
Yeah, I did. Well, that shit was Louis.
Very different vibes. Very different vibes.
It was Louis. It was my. I'm gonna say my. Like I didn't even think. Like I wasn't thinking. It wasn't even a question.
Yeah.
And Louis came down. He's hanging. And I go, "You gonna go up?" He goes, "I don't know. I think I should." I go, "Why wouldn't you?" And then it became like a thing. People started protesting.
So you join the protest. He looks at you. He's like, "What the
It's
fuck?"
your fucking fault.
It's like an Oswald thing.
No, but the fucking I did a part on Tracy's show a few years later, and I had to do a scene with him for that last OG show.
Mm-hmm.
I played security guard in the show, obviously, and fucking I'm there, and I had nothing to say. I go, I don't know if you remember, I brought you up at the cellar when you came back. He goes, oh shit, yo, this guy brought me up when I came back from being whatever it is. So does the whole thing. I'm like, all right, cool, this is kind of comfortable now. So I had to go back for a second day. I go, hey, you gonna come back to the cellar anytime soon? He goes, no. I got the #1 show on TV. Why the fuck would I come back? And then I go, oh no, I'm just saying. He goes, no, come on, you gotta get out of that cellar mindset, man. You gotta get out of the cellar mindset. 2 days later, he's at the fucking
Oh my god,
That's great.
dude! I did last OG, and my character was drunk guy, and I just had like one line with him, and that was it. And I was like, dude, you know what? Just fucking swing for the fences. So instead of doing the line, I improvised, and I broke the cast. And he was like, get him more lines. This is my man. Blah blah blah. And dude, he put me in another scene and another scene at the end, and it was awesome. They let me like improv everything.
That's
I had the
great.
best day. It was
great.
incredible. And he was like, we got to get you on the show more. Blah blah. And then at the rap party, he was like, Tracy, that was like the coolest thing ever. He goes, I don't know who you are. All right. Oh god.
when he came on set, he was wearing a bright lime green Rugrats sweatsuit, like matching Rugrats sweatshirt, and with one of those big jam boxes around his shoulder, just blasting 70s R&B at the top of his lungs. Just
Oh, dude!
singing.
When I wrote on Crank Anchors, he kept us there because he kept playing his album in between, and he was like, "Do you like this?" And people were like, "Yeah," and he goes, "Then listen," and would replay it.
Was it comedy or?
No, like armed. I think that was him.
Oh my god!
That's
Dude,
amazing.
Don't worry, Hop Fang has a better chance of listening to this than Tracy Morgan.
Was it
I want to see
you?
Hop Fang now. Where are they now? Hop Fang.
Was it you or you that I auditioned for Danny Aiello's club?
Not me.
No, that was the actor from Do the Right Thing.
Yeah.
He had a club in Hoboken,
Yeah.
and we got there.
No
Really nice.
pictures of black
I heard it's
comedians on the wall.
No.
Yeah, Chocolate Sundays had a different name.
Guys, Jimmy Walker.
Ian, it was Vanilla Thursday.
We got in there. We all auditioned for Danny Aiello. No one else. Just Danny
Yeah.
Aiello.
Oh,
He was
Jesus
great.
Christ.
And then afterwards, he like played us his he did like an album with a rapper. So he would sing like, "Oh, Miss Me," and then "Yo, I'm here with Danny
Shut the
Aiello."
fuck up. It was like Barry
Where are we going?
Sobel. He would go up and just rap. Do you guys remember Barry Sobel?
I remember
Yes, I
Barry
remember him
Sobel.
doing the rap thing.
Dude,
He was the one who took Tom Hanks around for Punchline, apparently.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but also he came back, and I remember going to Greenwich Village Comedy Club with him.
Did you touch your dick?
And dude, no, but he had a thing for Daniel Simonson. He loved boys with cheekbones, and he also
You and
was
Daniel
like,
Simonson are a very different vibe.
well, dude, we were in the city together. We moved back. I moved back to New York, and he moved to the city at the same time. We used to run around together. And
Great
one
comic,
night,
by the way.
I relapsed. Oh, the funniest! I relapsed with him, but I didn't tell him. And we went around town, and I got fucking wrecked. And then we were smoking weed, and we go up to we're talking to these homeless guys, and this guy's like, I used to have so much money, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, what happened? And he goes, financial crisis in 2008. And I go, oh, were you a stockbroker? He goes, no, I sold drugs to the stockbroker. And he goes, I would be outside the club with bottles and drugs. They come up. I got my dick sucked every night for 6 years. And Danny goes, every night. And he goes, yeah, motherfucker. He goes, even Christmas.
Dude, that's a guy. I remember I tried to follow Daniel Simonson. I tried to follow him, and I just fucking ate it. He's like a guy. He's a killer, man. He's like a subtle killer.
He's so great.
He murders.
But dude, when when they aren't on board, it is so funny to see him just plow through, and just people like,
He
what?
just does
I
his
don't
thing
get it.
because he can. It's kind of like he can't. It's not like he's going to do something. He's not going to pull out a fucking
Get
props.
ready
Yeah,
for
yeah, yeah.
15
That would be funny.
minutes of
He code
pain.
switches to like,
Well, there's
all right, I've been dating.
There's certain comedians. I'm definitely one where it's like, it's not like they don't like the jokes. They don't like you as a person. And then
Yeah.
you're just up there with people who hate you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I've been there. They're just off-putting. I had one thing where one guy was at the Village Underground, and one guy was dictating I was hosting. And I was eating it so hardcore, but it was all based off this one guy. This one guy in the front was like, I swear to God, he was dictating the vibe of the whole crowd.
Brutal.
And he kind of like stuck out. He was like a really well dressed guy, and weirdly, like he had this weird energy. And when he got up to go to use the bathroom, because even I went up, the next comic went up, they're getting nothing. He gets up to use the bathroom. The room changes for the 10 minutes, like the 5 minutes he's gone. He comes back in, everybody quiets down again.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, they're like,
did
really
anyone
insane.
address it?
Nobody said. I think
That's
I
really
tried to fuck with
weird.
him because I was trying to host and just
It
pull
was a
whatever I could.
Mormon priest and his sister wives.
That's
Yeah.
what it sounds like.
It was fucking David Duke. It was, but I'm like, I tried to address it to be like, come on, man, like relax, because he was like weirdly saying shit under his breath. He's like, you suck. He's like, you suck.
Oh,
You suck. And I was like,
he's just a guy
I
from
felt like I
Happy
was like a
Gilmore.
year in.
You
I was like,
suck.
yeah.
Jackass.
And I was like thrown off. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? I'm trying to have a good time, man. Like, and then nothing. Everybody's like, nobody's on my side. It was like one of the most awkward things ever.
Oh, jeez.
Dude, that same night that I was with Daniel, I blacked out and I passed out, and I used like step on the Lower East Side as like my pillow. I'm just sleeping on the ground. I wake up and it's that guy, and he's like, Ian, you gotta get up. And I'm like, what? He goes, it's me, Charlie, from before. And it was the
Same
homeless
guy?
guy, Charlie. Yeah, that we were talking to that sold drugs.
It was
Really, no point. I shouldn't have brought that back.
right.
We
You've been
were
killing,
having
you know?
fun. Yeah.
That's like there's like homeless locals. That was like remember.
Well, he
wanna
was
talk
like
about-
nice to
Donovan McNabb?
Care for me.
McDougal. Donovan McNabb, the guy with the silver hair.
Oh,
no,
that's what he calls
Judah.
himself.
What?
He calls himself
He
Donovan.
used to look like Donovan McNabb.
Donovan
I'm sure, like,
McNabb.
when I first
No,
started.
his name's Judah, the guy with the silver stuff,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
shoe
yeah.
shiner.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
He's a
there
shoe
was-
shiner.
Yeah, he shined shoes. There was a carpenter, this guy named Colin, that would come up, and he always had suspenders with like tape measure, and he'd be like, "Hey, how you doing, MC? How you doing?" That's what he called me.
Yeah.
And we would talk every once in a while, and I'm like, he's like, I've been sick for a long time. I go, what's wrong? He goes, I got my kidneys blown off in Vietnam. I was in the hospital. I go, whoa, what was that like? He goes, I got blowjobs every night from the nurses. I was like, well, quit living in the past.
Do you mean that? Is this like a vacation or like the actual war?
Is this the best or worst
Well,
thing that
there
ever
were
happened
so
to you?
many.
The most positive Vietnam flashback.
There were so many West Village characters before the pandemic that just like, I don't know if they like moved or died or like whatever. And then you'd see them later and you're like, how did it not kill you? Did you survive on like street dust?
Yeah, they're almost like gnats to like the McDonald's light. When that shut down, you're like, how are you even living these days?
Yeah.
There's even remember you want to talk about old comedy shit like Otto Shrunken Head.
my
That whole
God.
area is so. But now they have the Target there and the trains kind of down the block. But like it's better.
That was
But
by Bunga's Den. Remember Bunga's,
Bunga's Den, yeah, they had shows there too. But one day I'm there, I'm coming out of Otto Shrunken Head from I think a show or a mic, and there's a dude and his homeless guy. I'm pretty sure he's passed out. He's like this. He's all like, awkward. He's half on the street, half on the sidewalk. There's three people around him. Like, we're pretty sure this guy's dead. And I was like, he looks dead to me. And everybody kind of gathered over. They're like, somebody called the cops, whatever it is. We're all like, sir, can you hear us? Sir, we're like checking to see if he's breathing, right? Paramedics show up. The ambulance shows up. They go, Frank. He goes, he got up immediately.
I was getting fucked up at the Bag It In one night, and there was a guy they let in, this black guy, and they called him Sidewalk Sam. And I was like, why do they call you Sidewalk Sam? And he goes, because I live on the motherfucking sidewalk.
Like, well, that's a good reason.
Yeah, checks out.
Then you found out his name was Eric, so why do they call you Sam?
It's my middle name.
That's just how he talks.
Yeah.
Can someone get me a water? Nice to see you.
Hear my poetry.
Oh man, you know he's talking about us on his podcast now.
Yes, I walk.
Oh no, dude! Funnily enough, he's dead. Anyway, let's wrap up the show.
Well, I want to bring up one other comic that I think I don't know if
That's
Sean,
all the time we have, everybody.
Well, no, I just want to bring up one guy.
Do you
'cause
know
I
any
wanna
dead
make sure
homeless
it
people?
happened. Do you remember? You remember him? Sick Rick Barbetta.
Yes.
Oh my
favorite.
What?
My
Sick Rick
favorite.
Barbetta was his act. Was he would do a setup and then he'd go, then I fucking killed him. And he would take out a literal knife and like go like this to the crowd.
He was a guy
swear to
like
God.
he
Thank God we
I
told
only-
that story.
he would-
Thank God we got that out. At the 11th hour.
He would tell a story and they would just go, "Grr!"
It was crazy.
Every story ended with him just beating or killing.
It was like
his
he was
wife.
on leave from somewhere. Like
That was one that me and Mike did not roast. We were like, very good job, Mr. Barbetta.
He looked like he would try to get into the White House. You know what I mean? Like he would try to climb the fence or something. He had that look to him. He just looked like, oh yeah, I'm going to steer clear. Like, if you're on the subway,
did have a Obama's not getting a second term look. I remember I was at because
He shredded the Epstein files himself.
I remember we used to see him at the Limerick House, and it was the same place I found out Michael Jackson died. And I was like, this seems like the place to find that out. You know, like
I was in rehab when I found out Michael Jackson died. And Farrah Fawcett. I asked the guy. This guy goes,
It was like the
Farrah
same
Fawcett
week, right?
died.
Same day or something?
Same like day or whatever.
Yeah.
He goes, Farrah Fawcett died. I go, how? He goes, anal cancer. Like, whoa.
Dude, I was at New York.
Don't make it so sexy.
I was at an open mic in New York Comedy Club, and 3 people in a row did Michael Jackson is dead jokes, and that's how I found out.
Immediately.
How the fuck is
They remember Limerick House is also a special place. Remember the shows that would happen there on 6th and like 23rd, whatever it was.
that was the place that I saw.
I know, that's what I'm saying, but
John Savoy and Tim Warner brought me down. They're like, you got to do our show at Limerick House, blah, blah, blah.
Brutal.
And I get there, and they're just like drunk and high, and they're like, nobody showed up. I took a bus to get here.
Dude, the worst thing is
were you with me when I saw the guy? It was, remember the guy, what was his name? Oh, it was, maybe it was Tim. I think it might have been Tim.
No, I think it was Ed, right?
It was Ed. Maybe it was Ed.
Yeah.
And he wanted to be like Bill Hicks or whatever. Remember that?
Yeah. Nice, really sweet guy.
Really sweet guy. But there was these blind people on a field trip from like their halfway house, whatever it was, and they were like kind of heckling during the show. And Ed's like, he's like, you want to fuck with me? I'll fuck with you. And he like takes his dick out, but he doesn't take his dick out. He just takes it and puts it like cups it with his hand and starts going like this to the blind guys. And they're like, they have no idea what's going on.
Nothing to me.
They have no idea what's going on. But the handler is like, stop it.
Put it back.
I'm sitting there going, what are you doing, dude?
And then in back of everyone where you performed, there was a bathroom. So in the middle of your set, no matter how good you were doing, someone was done taking a shit and had to walk past you.
Yeah.
And there was a bar downstairs, so you would always just hear like you'd be bombing while like Celine Dion's "My Heart Will Go On."
Hurt by Johnny Cash.
Do you guys remember Jimmy Peoples, the People's Mic? You guys were.
I remember the name.
Dude,
I think I did it.
He used to do this thing called the Burpee Challenge, where if you were on stage and someone wanted your stage time, they would challenge you to burpees, and whoever won got to take the microphone for their set and the amount of time left. And I'm on stage, you know burpees, right?
Yeah, it's like
With the workout?
Yeah. So I'm on stage and this kid goes, I challenge you to burpees. I go, you know what? Just have it.
Yeah.
You need the stage time that bad. Just take it. I'm not doing fucking burpees. I'm not.
die.
No wonder nobody respects us because we're willing to do calisthenics for stage time. This is fucking stupid. I'm not. And everybody's like, yeah. And I still had time, and so I went back to my jokes, and they ate shit. And I just walked off stage and left them in.
You start doing burpees?
You're like, all right, I get it. I give my last burpee back to the room.
All right.
We have to wrap up, but really quickly, because you just reminded me, if I can say this. Remember Lee Schloss with he had an open mic?
Oh my god! I saw the infamous
John
set.
Schloss?
No, Lee Schloss.
No.
This guy, like your consummate
He
open
voted
micer.
worst comic in America.
Yes. And he had a mic.
Yeah.
He had a mic that he would do where if you were doing well on the mic, there'd be 10 people. If you're doing well in the back from the God mic, he'd go 1 bonus minute.
You got
to keep
at the Comedy Village. Yeah.
You got to keep going. But
By the way, he never got 1 bonus.
He gave it to himself.
he's like, I'm Lee Schloss, 20 bonus
That
minutes.
was the guy where he was like, I've been thinking about killing myself. And somebody in the audience goes, yay. It's still online, I think. It's amazing.
Oh, that rules. Well, fellas, thank you so much for coming.
Thanks for
This
having
was
us.
so
us.
much fun. I
Yeah, it
really
was a blast,
enjoyed it.
man.
Sean, what do you want the people to get eyes on?
Check out me and Dan's podcast at Burbs Bros, and I'm at Shawnee Time on Instagram. I'll have a bunch of road stuff coming up, so just check out that.
Check Sean out. He's the best. Mike?
I have a podcast, Nerd of Mouth, on the Last Podcast Network, and we talk about fun, nerdy shit and give it a shot.
Awesome. Daniel?
When is this coming out?
Next week?
next week. Yeah, follow me on Instagram to see all my website. And I do a podcast with Sean Donnelly, UAP, paranormal, true crime. If you're into any of that shit, me and Sean get weird. And we have some crazy, we had fucking Avi Loeb on, who's the head of computer science at Harvard. It's crazy. Like, people, us,
bunch of big name guys.
We're too dumb to be talking to these people.
Yeah. It's funny, they still do like stories about bombing in Chinatown and shit. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Who is this? It's a terrible Avi Loeb impression.
One time, remember when Dan asked me once, he's like, what if you could be abducted tomorrow, would you? And I'm like, could I do spots on their planet? And they gave me shit for 20 minutes straight.
Oh my God. I have a group chat with Dan. If he doesn't pay me money, I'll be releasing his texts.
Hold my beer.
Oh, boy. Never mind.
Let's be careful, glass asses. Let's be careful. I think I can sink you a lot easier than you can sink me. So.
We have our own Epstein version of blackmail.
It gets released. It's just the N-word 50 times in a row.
Mine's an apology. Uses switching facial hair and moving to another country, okay?
Ianfinance.com for all my dates. I am in Indianapolis Helium this weekend, and then I am at Helium Buffalo August 1st to 3rd, and then Chicago Zanies, Irvine, Oxnard, Fort Wayne, all over. Ianfinance.com. Subscribe to my YouTube page, youtube.com/the @ Ian Finance Comedy. It's where my travel show Ian Do is coming out, and it's got a bunch of stand-up on there. Patreon.com/BeInIanPod, and check out Jordan Live. Punchup.live/Jordan Jensen for all her dates. And thanks for hanging out. We'll see you next week. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.